for Doodaroo have a chance?
I think you should save your wild cards for the 200 because that's where it always
Okay.
seems to happen. And I think that's where it's shaking out again this year. Now, you got a favorite there in Lyles who won the trials. There were some nervous moments there. You got Kenny Bednarek and Arian Knighton who went 2-3 at the trials. You have DeGrasse. You have Divine Odaduru there, who I think probably has the fifth best chance in this race. And then Joseph Fanboulet, who everybody learned his story during the NCAA championships. But there's just a lot less depth in the 200 on the men's side than there is in the 100. So I think now I know if you're talking about long shots, Divine's not as big of a long shot in the 2 as he is in the 1. But that one to me, it feels like 2 U.S. medals, and DeGrasse always figures out a way to medal, but it's just not as deep. So I could see Odaduru squeaking in there and making some noise. Knighton, perhaps, he's just met every single bar that's been set for him this year, but I got to stick with Lyles for the win, in part because I bet my house on it.
So I made the rankings. We don't have graphics.
Oh,
today
yeah, your rankings. Your rankings. Your rankings are insane. So let me just talk about this.
Hold on, I just want to tell why people aren't seeing them on their screen. Travis, our co-producer, he is in a meeting today. So you just have to trust us when we announce the rankings. You just go to the site and kind of look at them while we talk about them. But the 200-meter rankings that I created as the representative of the official FloTrack rankings, 10th, 10th, McWalla, 9th, Aaron Brown, 8th, Jareem Richards, 7th, Divine Odaduru, 6th, Sean Maswangawe of South Africa, 5th, Joseph Fambula, 4th, Andre DeGrasse, 3rd, Arian Knighton, and then I put 2nd, Noah Lyles, and 1st, Kenny Bednarek.
Which it makes absolutely no sense. And I'm saying that as someone who's been on the Kenny Bednarek train from the beginning, filmed a workout with Kenny B when he was at Indian Hills Community College in Ottumwa, Iowa. I think he's solid, but he's never beaten Noah Lyles. Lyles has a faster personal best and a season's best. There's literally no reason why he should be ranked ahead of Noah Lyles.
Okay. Let's look at Noah Lyles' top three 200s this year. He's run 1974 at the trials. He's run
where he beat Kenny Bednarek
by only 0.04. Okay,
he beat
him. He ran 1990 in Walnut in May, and then his third Kenny best Bednarek. Time is 1991, where he got second to a high school kid. Remember
that was in the prelim.
We're not counting a high school kid. Yeah, well, it's a race though. It's a race. Okay, so 1974, 1990, 1991. Ready for Kenny B? 1978, 1988, 1990, and then he has a 1993, a 1994, a 1999. The guy has broken 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Noah has broken 21, 2, 3 times. And Kenny has raced Noah head-to-head twice. He's raced him head-to-head twice.
Lost them both.
Okay, he lost, but he didn't get smoked. It wasn't a smoke.
Okay.
It was.
So he should be second behind him. So they've competed against each other twice, and he's gotten second twice. So if you were to make a ranking, you should put the guy who's won twice ahead of him.
Here's the thing. Just because you beat someone twice doesn't mean you'll beat them the third time.
That's true.
And okay,
these should say Gordon's picks. These should say your picks then. These should not be you should not label it a ranking then. If you want to pick
they're a ranking. Hold on. No.
Fine. But there is no legitimate reason why he should be ranked ahead of him. You can pick him, that's fine. I think a lot of people will pick him. Again, I've been on the Kenny B bandwagon since like the jump, since we got those grainy videos of him chasing down people in JUCO indoor 4x4s on 200-meter flat tracks. I've been following his career from the jump, but Lyles should be ranked ahead of him. You want to pick him? That's different. But Lyles should be ranked ahead of him.
I just think that Lyles, you have to admit, even Lyles hasn't had the best of regular season, a regular season that you would expect from someone coming off of running 19.5. Would you agree with that?
Agreed. Agree.
Okay,
But he's
so
2-0
this isn't
against Kenny
2019
Bednarek
Lyles, right?
this year.
Yeah,
He's
2-0.
2-0
Okay.
against him.
So does that
It's
okay, so when we do NBA power rankings, if you just happen to
I don't want to
beat
talk about the NBA.
the other NBA team, you're guaranteed to always be ranked ahead of them forever? Like
If you match up
when
head to
we when
head
you
in track and field twice, especially one meet at the Olympic trials where everybody's going all the way, all out with no questions, then you should be ranked ahead of
okay,
them. Now,
so if a 10 and 6
it's a
team,
testament. This is
if a
not
10 and
another
6
sport. This is
football
track and
team,
field.
if a 10 and
Keep it
6
on track
football
and field.
team is 2-0 against a 14 and 2 team, which team is better?
This is track and field. Keep it on track and field. There's no reason why he should be ranked ahead of him. Like their
The reason
pasts
is
are
his consistency. And you need to be consistent to do well in
he's 0-2.
3-round events.
They've raced twice and he's 0-2. This is as clear as it could be. I get what you're saying. This isn't the Lyles of old, but that just shows you how good the Lyles of old is because he was slower this year and he's still ahead of everybody else. Again, I'm not saying this is what's going to happen in Tokyo. Do I want Lyles to win in Tokyo? It depends. Was that house bet I made real or not? People are going to have to decide. I don't know. We'll find out. It's not predicting anything about what's happening in Tokyo to say that right now Lyles should be ahead of him based on the season.
I just think
you
we
can't
shouldn't
put the two resumes up. You can't put the two resumes up. It'd be one thing, Gordon, if they never raced against each other for some weird reason, and we were just going on Lyles' past, but they didn't have head-to-heads. But they had 2 head-to-heads where they both were going all out, and Lyles beat him. Beat him close. It's close, but he beat him twice.
Yeah, he beat him close. But what about depth, though? You don't think having 6 sub-20s means something when the other guy only has 3 sub-20s?
Is
double.
No.
He's doubled.
Not when you're racing against each other.
Impressive
We've seen him. We don't need to go to that as a tiebreaker because we have the apples to apples comparison. They lined up together twice. And okay, maybe if Bednarek had run not against Lyles and had dropped in 19.5 this year, maybe since the trials, if he had run something faster, but Lyles still has the fastest time in the world this year too. This one, again, I ordinarily don't.
You mean, dropped in 19.5? Oh, you mean how Kenny B ran 19.65?
It wasn't win legal.
Okay. But Kenny B can't control the wind.
Hold on. No. You are the biggest win times don't matter guy. You're not going to spin this around. Plus 4.0 and ran the 1965. We're talking about win legal times. He has the fastest time of the year. You're wrong. But let's move on to something we agree. Let's move on to something we agree.
I bet people in the comments don't agree with what I
well,
said,
okay, here.
Hey,
Logan says, I usually agree
1965.
with this is you're losing people who ordinarily agree with you. Logan says he usually agrees with you, but this is too far. Kurt says, agreed. Okay. Sorry, Gordon, you're wrong here. Anthony says, no, Gordon, it does not. Asafa Powell has the most sub-10s and never won a gold at any global championship. Yeah, I'm gonna say we're gonna wave the white flag on your behalf.
It's Kenny B is plus 500 for gold. And I'm putting all $100 of that event on Kenny B. And I will then be winning $500. And I will then use that $500 to put an offer on your house. That's what I'm going to do.
Look,
take your house from
I think that's a great decision not to take my house. But like given the odds, that's a good bet. That's a good bet given his resume. I'm just saying ranking him and picking him is fine. I'm just saying ranking him number one is totally different. I think DeGrasse is going to get a medal here because DeGrasse always figures it out. Knighton is a bit of a wild card because, man, he just does not seem fazed at all by the pressure, and he's been running a pro schedule, pro season. He went to Hungary and jumped in that 200 with DeGrasse and with Bednarek. So he's not racing this season like a high schooler. He's racing this season like a young pro. So I'm interested to see what he does. And then I think
who won that? Who won that race in Hungary?
That was Bednarek. Bednarek won the race in Hungary.
Bednarek? Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
DeGrasse beat him in Doha earlier in the year, though, so he does have a loss to DeGrasse. I'm
just giving you a hard time.
Yeah. Sarah says no one ever agrees with Gordon. Yep.
Hey,
Cookie Monster says Gordon making bets is like doing charity.
Hey, if you want to just always take the opposite bet of me, and then we'll see who comes out with more money, go for it, and then I'll gladly help you make more money by picking the opposite of what I go with. But we'll see.
Let me ask you this question. Last thing on the men's 200, which by the way, I have 95% medal odds for the U.S. in that one. Do you think somebody can win, or do you think somebody can medal in this event this year who hasn't gone under 20 seconds so far?
Under 20 seconds legal, what you saying?
Yeah.
I mean, who are we thinking that would be?
Well, this isn't a trick question. I'm just asking you in general, do you think it's possible?
I mean, yeah, Sean Massaganwe, he's only won 2010. I could see him maybe medaling.
Okay, you did too much research. I was talking about it more generically, not looking at specific people, because only 6 people in this race have done it. It's the 6 we've mentioned. The 3 Americans, DeGrasse, Fanboulet, and Odaduru. It just limits the pool pretty quickly when you think of it like that. And we don't have a lot of, like the 3 Americans, none of them are coming back from the 100, and DeGrasse has been a solid doubler throughout his career. I don't think we're going to see a lot of drop off from people in, stars in the 100. This isn't 100 dependent is basically what I'm saying. So if you think, hey, it takes sub 20 to win, and you've had to have shown that you're a sub 20 guy prior to the Olympics, then you're already down to 6 people, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.